Hello, welcome to Hive Reads. Today I'm reading a short story. Like I promised, it is from this collection, Unbroken, 13 stories starring disabled teens. This is a collection that is edited by Marieke Nijkamp, and I talked about it in one of my earlier videos this month, where it was a list of books featuring disabled characters. So this book is a collection of short stories, all featuring disabled characters, written by disabled authors. And the story I'm going to read is called A Curse of Kindness. It's by Corinne Duyvis, who is actually the person who started the hashtag Own Voices conversation on Twitter, which is something we've mentioned before. Basically, whatever identity the character has, the author also has. It could be their race, their sexual orientation. In this case, it's a disability. So Corinne herself is autistic, and a character in the story is also autistic. All right, so this is A Curse of Kindness. Mia. The collision happens in the space of a second. Mia, a paper bag in each arm, steps out of the corner store. She's got her head turned toward her grandmother, ready to point out the avocado that's about to roll from a third bag. Then there's the other girl, her face a storm, her shoulders hunched. They crash into each other right at the entrance. Bam! A shoulder thump, a skull knocking into Mia's jaw, a knee slamming against hers. Mia drops one bag. Teetering back, she tries to stop the second bag from slipping. Too late. Oh no, the eggs! She sidesteps to avoid crashing into her grandmother's rollator, but her balance goes, sending her smacking to the ground with a painful jolt to her hip. She rubs her side and grimaces. I'm okay, she says, wanting to assure her grandma before she has time to worry. The other girl is leaning back on the ground, arms propping her up. She's about Mia's age, maybe younger, with white streaked black hair tied back tight. I'm so sorry, Mia starts. I wasn't looking. Forget it. Without looking at Mia, the girl gets to her feet, takes her distance, and dusts herself off. Still on her knees, Mia surveys the damage. Could have been worse. The eggs are intact. The groceries are scattered all over, and she's blocking the entryway, and oh crap, now her grandma's reaching over to help her up. I'm fine, Mia repeats, and hastily climbs to her feet to prove it. She doesn't want her grandma making an effort. Between her poor balance and bad knee, she'd end up on the ground alongside the groceries. See? I'm fine. Let me get this. Mia sinks back into a crouch, all too aware of her grandma's eyes on her, and probably the girl's eyes and other shoppers' eyes too. Her cheeks feel hot with embarrassment. So much for helping out her mom by taking her grandma shopping. So much for proving to her grandma that she's a capable, almost adult, instead of the 12-year-old her grandma treats her as. Something lying beside the egg carton catches her eye. It's a pink tube of chapstick, cherry flavored. Mia holds it up. The girl is already walking toward the parking lot. Not a word of goodbye or even an apology. Mia presses her lips together, then calls out, Hey, is this chapstick yours? Here. The girl turns back to face them. For a moment, she seems frozen. Ugh, you have got to be kidding me. Mia tilts her head. Excuse me? It comes out more aggressively than she intended, but it's nowhere near the girl's level of pissed off. Again? It's been 20 minutes. I just finished. The girl stalks back to Mia and snatches the chapstick from her outstretched arm. Yes, that's mine. Thank you. Yeah, Mia says dubiously. You're welcome. Her grandma's always telling Mia to make friends instead of being glued to her Switch. Normally, she practically shoves Mia at any girl her own age. Right now, though, she's the one glaring at the stranger. You should apologize. Help my granddaughter collect our things. It's fine, Grandma. I can do it. To Mia's surprise, though, the girl listens. She sinks down by Mia's side and pulls one spilled bag close, then takes the fallen meat packs and piles them into a stack. Listen, the girl says, her voice low. She seems to be looking at Mia's shoulder more than her face. You showed me kindness. I need to repay it. Kindness? Who talks like that? Who talks like that with the same kind of withering glare Mia's mom reserves for when she's talking to her boss on the phone? You get 3 wishes. What is one supposed to say to that? Yeah, okay. Mia slowly reaches for the avocado. The girl picks up the eggs and checks them, even though Mia already did, and holds out the carton. They look fine. Great. Mia takes the carton and stuffs it in her bag. She stands upright. Well, bye. You get 3 wishes, the girl repeats, pushing herself to her feet. She's talking low enough for Mia's grandmother not to hear. Look, I can explain. Yeah, I gotta get home. Mia tucks the bags under her arms and starts down the street. Her grandma gives the other girl a curt nod, although the frown tugging her lips down shows she's still not happy. As they walk, Mia shoots a glance over her shoulder. The girl is still standing by the entrance. Start thinking, she yells. Sienna. Sienna gives the girl from the corner store until the next morning, and then she materializes in the high school bathroom, while the girl, Mia, is washing her hands at the sink. Gross. School bathrooms. School in general. Escaping this had been the one upside of Sienna's life the last couple of years. The mirror shows Mia's mouth dropping open. It's you! She dashes away from the sink. Water sprays from her hands. Her backpack slips off one shoulder. Sienna looks around. The doors to the bathroom stalls are open, and the door to the hall is shut. Good. No one is around. Sienna can't materialize anywhere that someone aside from her current charge can spot her. But there's always a risk of people walking in or overhearing them. 3 wishes, she says. Go. Wait, how did you do that? I can grant wishes, but that's the part that surprises you? Wishes? Mia says. Yes, 3. Mia stands there, slack-jawed. It always takes people a while to get past this part. Sienna wrestles back her impatience. I have to show appropriate gratitude to anyone who shows me kindness. You offered my chopstick back, even though I bumped into you and spilled all your groceries. It counts. The explanation doesn't always help. And it doesn't now. Mia is still just staring, frozen in the middle of this dingy bathroom. Her brown eyes are wide, the overhead lighting glares down in her curly halo. If the gears in her head are turning, it doesn't show on her face. Or Sienna doesn't see it, in any case. She is not very good at that. What someone looks like and who they are, what they wish for, rarely match up. She's stopped trying to figure people out. The less she cares, the less their wishes keep her up at night. Okay, your name is Mia, right? Sienna keeps her eyes on Mia's shoulder. If I'm going to be working for you, it helps to know. Yes, I'm Mia. Sienna introduces herself. Why is Mia still looking at her? Fascination, shock, bafflement? The stare is so intent it makes her want to snap at the girl, but she holds her tongue. You can grant wishes. Slowly, Mia pulls her bag back up to her shoulders. Have to, Sienna says. The itch to correct her is too strong. Grant wishes. Yes. Whenever someone shows her kindness, something inside gets knocked out of balance. It's a nauseating feeling, like the pieces of herself don't fit right. It gets worse the longer she waits to approach the person. Once, she ignored her new charge for a full week, pretending she didn't owe anyone a thing. By the end of the week, she couldn't walk. She spent an hour writhing on her kitchen floor before finally blinking to the house of the guy who'd shown her the kindness. He told off some boys badgering her to smile, to offer him the wishes. Mia's still watching her. Slowly, her expression shifts into something less intense. Click. The pieces of Sienna slap back into place. The nausea fading away is a relief, like coming up for air. Good, Sienna says. We're on the same page. Mia still doesn't say anything. Sienna can't quite tell if she's fascinated or stuck on horrified. Wish up, Sienna suggests. A shrill noise cuts through the bathroom. Mia's head snaps up. I have to get to class. Can we talk after school? I'll visit you at home. No, I mean, don't teleport in like you just did. My family might see you. She hesitates. Just meet me outside the school later. We can go home together. Call me when you're home and by yourself. I'll show up automatically. Yeah, that's weird, Mia says. I'd rather just meet after school. Your wish, my command. Wait, that wasn't a wish. Relax, Sienna says. That didn't count. Okay, we will pause there for today. And when we pick back up, we will see what Mia wishes for. All right. Thanks for listening. We'll see you next time. Bye.